say so long. You lost your inspiration, clinging to things that turned out wrong. Won't help a situation, making me pay for the unhappy times. Maybe the moon might make you change your mind. Hold back a contact, or give yourself a bit of some primetime love. Don't fight what feels right. You're looking in the face of primetime love.
Hi Danny, it's nice chatting with you again. It's been a few years since we last spoke. It's great to see you. When did you realize you had a talent for songwriting?
I started out as a studio musician, and then to a studio musician. I was doing a lot of sessions in Los Angeles. And prior to that, I'd written a few songs, and they were terrible. They were horrible songs. And I realized that compared to the songs that I was demoing and working with other songwriters, my songs were terrible. I was floundering around in the dark, and I didn't have a clue on what I was doing. So it wasn't until I did some sessions for a couple of really pro songwriters from Memphis, Tennessee, Mary Unofsky and Donna Weiss. And I was recording on their songs, and I realized that they were in a whole other category. And they took a whole other approach to writing really good songs. So at that point, I set out on a quest to become a better songwriter.
It looks like Crime of Passion by Rita Coolidge was your first song to be recorded by a professional recording artist. How did this song come about, and how did it land in Rita Coolidge's hands?
In the early and mid 1970s, there was a whole contingent of Memphis singers and songwriters, like a wave that came out from Memphis out to Los Angeles, because Los Angeles was a huge recording mecca, and people were getting deals, and songwriters were getting publishing deals, and singers were doing lots and lots of recording. So like I previously stated, I was working as a studio musician, and I met Donna Weiss, who was the co-writer of Betty Davis Eyes with Jackie DeShannon, I believe, and her partner, who was Mary Unofsky. And they're both from Memphis, and they'd had publishing deals, and they'd had covers on some singers. Donna had been on the road singing background with Bob Dylan, and she was an excellent songwriter, and Mary was an excellent songwriter as well. So I teamed up with Mary after that session, and we wrote Crime of Passion. And because Rita Coolidge is from Memphis, and her sister Priscilla Coolidge, and Booker T is also from that part of the country, they all moved out here, and the song got to Rita. I think Mary gave it to Rita, and I met Rita, and we just became friends, and that's how it happened.
I've become a little crime of passion. That is what I suffer from. Kisses ago, it was so easy. Dreams we shared together.
Tell us a bit about your songwriting partner, Mary Unobsky.
The reason why Mary Unobsky and I became writing partners was basically because we had success at the songs we were writing, and we were successful. The songs were getting covered, and we figured we'd stay on this train. It was a great writing relationship. We both learned from each other, and I became a better songwriter because of it.
Beyond Rita Coolidge, many great recording artists have recorded your songs, such as Chaka Khan, Karen Carpenter, Dusty Springfield, Bonnie Raitt, Pointer Sisters, Randy Crawford, and several others. Which is your favorite and why?
Of the songs that I've written and have been covered and placed, do I have a favorite? The answer is no. I don't have a favorite. Do I have a favorite cover? You know, that an artist really did justice to my song? Some were good. Some were okay. But I don't have a favorite. Once the song steps out of the kitchen and comes out of the oven and it's baked, for me, and I've done a great demo on the song. I've gotten a great singer. I have a great track, a great production. It's clear. It's concise. It doesn't ramble. I'm happy. I'm thrilled. I'm just in that respect, in that regard, I'm just a songwriter. I'm not producing a record. I'm not producing an act. I'm not producing a singer. I'm just a songwriter. So when I put my songwriting hat on, I think in those terms. I don't think as a record producer or a song producer. I think as a songwriter. And I write the best song that I can write at that time. And further on down the line, if I come back and listen to it, I'll probably still like it. Or at least parts of it.
This is a bit personal, but of all your songs, which one has earned you the most royalties?
I'd have to go back and look at the statements. I would venture to say that Chaka Khan, the Carpenters, Sheena Easton, Dusty Springfield, Sister Sledge, those were the songs that I think earned the most.
Any old Sunday will do. Yeah, oh. Any old Sunday will do. So what are you waiting for?
In 1979, you signed with Island Records Publishing as a writer, but you say that you should have turned down that opportunity. Why do you say that?
In 1979, I signed a publishing deal with Island Records Publishing. And I stated before that I shouldn't have signed that deal. I did, but I shouldn't have signed it. Why? Well, because they kept a lot of my money, and that's what a publishing company does. It's supposed to pay you a salary, pay you an income, and place the song, get the song placed. Nowadays is a whole other ballgame. But back in 1979, 1980, There were a lot of singers that weren't writers. They were just singers. And a lot of songs were getting cut. And a lot of my songs were getting cut. So I was very pleased. After the first year of being signed to Island, I realized that I didn't need them anymore. I had enough cred that I could go out and push the songs myself. So, looking back in retrospect, I did what I did. We do what we do when we do it, and everything turned out as it did, and I'm happy.
Tell us about Paw Prince music.
After my first song was cut, I opened up my own publishing company called Paw Prince Music, and I was signed to ASCAP. I signed up to ASCAP. All my songs go through Paw Prince Music, and I've never had a publishing deal after the Island publishing deal in 1979. So everything goes through me. I own it. I have to place it. I have to push it. I have to record it. Back in the day, the publishing company paid for all the demos, and it probably cost, maybe like $150, $200 per demo, per song, something like that. And the publishing company, they made anywhere from 25 to 50% of your publishing, even more. So it wasn't a good deal for the songwriter. It was a great deal for the publisher, bad deal for the songwriter.
What is Steppenwolfering?
Around the same time, in the early 80s, 80, 81, something like that, I was approached by John Kay, who was the lead singer of Steppenwolf. And I lived in I lived in a complex where the guitar player and the drummer, they were playing with John, lived, and I was playing keyboards, and they said, hey, you want to play with John Kay? He's going out again. Not as Steppenwolf, but he's going out on the road as John Kay and Steppenwolf. I went, okay. So he came and heard me play at some gig. He asked me if I wanted to go on tour. I said, sure. And my songwriting career was just getting off the ground. It was starting to click, starting to hit. But I wanted to play with my friends, and I liked John. I liked his music. I liked the songs of Steppenwolf. And I agreed. And we went on tour, and we recorded, played, and recorded, and went on tour 3 or 4 times across the country. It was a lot of fun. Fast forward to 2015, 16, 17, I ran into a singer who was a friend of a drummer's buddy of mine, and he asked me to come down to a rehearsal studio. And I said, well, what do you want to do? He said, let's play, let's jam. And I said, I'm not big on jamming, but what I will do is I'll come down and play, and we'll go through some Steppenwolf songs, and we'll revisit those songs and play them. And I needed a singer. So he said, I have the singer for you. I got the singer for you. He's great. His name's Nene Navarro. So Nene came down, and he really sounded good. And on the Steppenwolf songs, we didn't do any originals, but he liked to jam, and he liked to freestyle. So I liked that about him. He was younger, full of energy. So that's where the Steppenwolfering came into the picture. I said, let's do a kind of a tribute band, but not a tribute band because I was an original member of John Kay and Steppenwolf. So we'll just call it Steppenwolf and we'll see how much traction we can get. You know, playing, because playing is a lot of fun for me. We did that for about 9, 10, 11 months, and then bam, COVID hit. So everything shut down. I still want to go out and do these, do the Steppenwolf band with Nene, and I'm sure that'll happen. But the name is Steppenwolf. But we're not doing the Steppenwolf songs like John Kay would do the Steppenwolf songs. Nene Navarro loves reggae, and he pulled me into the reggae thing. So I said, well, look, let's take a few of these songs and put them into reggae. And we did, and he sounded great. It was very natural. It was organic, and it sounded great. And I went, okay, I'm good with this.
Yeah, that I'm gonna make it happen. Take the world in a loving embrace. Find all of your guns at once and explode into space. Like a true nature's champ, we were born to be wild. We can climb so high, I never wanna die. Born to be wild. Born to be wild.
On researching this interview with you, I noticed that you're working on a new project called A.O. How long has this been going on? Fill us in on the details.
At the same time, I started Nene Navarro after the Steppenwolf thing happened. I replayed, and then COVID hit, and everything shut down. Nene brought me. He said, look, I have this song that I wrote. Let me play it for you. I went, okay. So he sent me the song, and I was listening to it, and it had a verse that was a rap. And after the verse, it had this chorus hook that came in, and it had a melody, and it had a real good lyric line that I liked. I don't want to tell you how to live your life. If you think you're doing it wrong, well, let me help you along. I don't want to tell you how to live your life. If you're doing it right, then enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself. And I like that. I like the lyric, and I like the message, and I like the hook, the chorus hook. I told Nene, let me write the verses to this. Scrap what you did, this rap verse mishmash, and I'm going to write a couple of real verses and write a bridge to the song if it needed it, which it did. And I wrote a bridge after that. And the song was called Enjoy Yourself. And I was really, really pleased. After that, I realized that I had a really good writing partner with Nene Navarro if I could get him to focus in and channel on real songs and not just jamming and rapping. So we went on to do the past year and a half. We went on to do practically an album's worth of material. And while we were writing these songs and cutting these songs, a little theme came up, and it was a uh-oh. In the songs when we were recording them, doing the track and doing the song, and it would just pop in. It'd be like a little hook. And Nene and I sang really well together. We did the few gigs as he and myself as a duo, and we sang great together. He was a great lead singer. And this little motif came popping up. Uh-oh, uh-oh. I said, look, if we're going to go out and play, that's got to be the name of the band. Whether it's a duo, a trio, a quartet, 4 guys, 5 guys, 7 guys, 9 guys with two background singers. I don't care. We got to call it Uh-Oh. That's the name of the band. It has an audio brand and a video brand. So that's the deal on Uh-Oh.
I don't wanna tell you how to live your life. Think you're doing it wrong? Then let me help you. I don't wanna tell you how to live your life. Think you're doing it right, and enjoy yourself. Don't try to hide it.
Well, once again, thank you, Danny. I really appreciate your time. I mean, in the past, with some of the books I've written and with this current interview, I thank you very much for your time. I appreciate your talent, and I wish you the very best in the future. Thank you very much.